Why is this radish so huge? It looks ridiculous. Dang it, I keep running into the same issue when it comes to germination. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. Hey guys, my name is Chris and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over the radishes that I grew at home in my hydroponic system. For all my new viewers, let me give you guys the 30-second breakdown of my Kratky setup that I have at home. So I've got this hotel pan with a wooden board on top that has 3-inch holes drilled into it. There I put net pots in it with a cocoa core and perlite mix. It's 70% cocoa core and 30% perlite. Then from there, I put in 2 gallons of nutrient solution. I use the Fox Farms Big Grow Hydroponic solution. It works out really well. Highly recommend it. And then from there, I slide it under my grow lights, which are Barina T5 grow lights. And that's about it. That's my simple hydroponic system. And I'll link every piece of that hydroponic system in the description below. The reason I transitioned from lettuce to radishes is because the lettuce took 30 days to grow while the radishes only took 20. That's a huge difference when you're trying to optimize your hydroponic setup. So in the future, I'm going to do a lot of batches of radishes so I can dial in a few things. The grow medium, I've always used cocoa core and a perlite mix, but maybe I need to change that. So using these radishes will help me kind of narrow that down. And then I'll be able to dial in the amount of light I need. A lot of the plants that I grow in my hydroponic system need about the similar amount of light. So being able to test 10 hours, 12 hours, 14, 16, I'll be able to try different variations on these radishes and get like pretty quick feedback. I can get information in just about 20 days, which would be huge. Then I can also dial in grow speed by optimizing maybe how much nutrient solution I put in, maybe adding some sort of bubbler to oxygenate the water to hopefully speed up the growing process. Might also be another thing that I can improve upon by testing with these radishes. But finally, the main issue that I've been having and the issue that I'm hoping that you guys can help me with is germination. I keep running into issues germinating my seeds in my hydroponic setup, and I do nothing crazy. I basically put the cocoa core in my net pot, plant the couple of seeds. I have tried pre-soaking it, and still I keep running into issues where my seeds aren't germinating quickly enough or germinating at all. So I'll end up with net pots that don't have any plants in them, and it becomes very, very frustrating. So if you guys have any recommendations on that, I'd love to see those in the comments, and then maybe in a future video I can go over some of the changes that I've made in hopes to make it better. But yeah, right now my germination rate's probably 5 of my 6 net pots get germinations, but you'll see in some of the videos that I'll show right now, like some of my radish pots had 3 radishes, some had 2, some had 1, some had none. And so it was a bit frustrating on that part. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations on ways to optimize my germination, please leave those in the comments below. It'd be really appreciated. And then I can make a future video that we can all learn from. So from there, I did all the standard things that I normally do. I took these radish seedlings that I had from this variety pack that I got as a gift one year. And there's a lot of great vegetable options in this variety pack, so I'll link that in the description below. But yeah, so I took the radish seeds from there and I planted them in my standard cocoa core and perlite mix, putting in the net pot, then hydrating with water. Then I put the 2 gallons of nutrient solution in my hotel pan. And then from there, put my net pots inside the wooden slab with the holes in it, and then just slid it under my Barina grow lights for 14 hours per day. And I did all this on December 20th. Then as they started to grow, I started to notice some problems. Like I said earlier, I ran into a bunch of germination problems, but that wasn't the major problem during this experiment. The main issue I ran into was my radishes started to crack. And they didn't just crack, they really cracked. I mean, every one of my radishes, except for the miniature one that I decided to time lapse, and that time lapse was sweet, so I'll link that in the description below. It was a time lapse of the radishes growing, and it was super, super cool. There was a little bit of flickering in the video, but I'll fix that in a future video. I got a different app and a different camera that'll hopefully make my time lapses a little bit more cleaner in the future. But that was the only one that actually grew without cracking, but that was like a miniature one, and honestly, it was like a 1-bite radish. So, but all my other ones had this massive cracking in them, like where it would completely flip out, like the inside was exploding. And that was a problem I started to realize was coming from my hydroponic solution. So when it comes to hydroponic solutions, there's this thing called EC, or electrical conductivity. And that's basically the measurement of how much minerals are in the water solution. So with my Fox Farm Big Grow hydroponic solution, it doesn't have the EC levels because in the industrial hydroponic grow facilities, they often just use the raw minerals and mix them in the water. And then they have a testing tool that will tell them the EC of the minerals in the water. But with the Fox Farm, I don't quite get that number. They recommend 2 teaspoons per gallon of water, and that's what I was doing. But that's for just your standard plant. And radishes are honestly, they're very low feeders. They don't need that much nutrition to grow. So that was one of the mistakes I made. I used the same amount of nutrient solution that I use for my lettuce with my radishes, and the radishes need probably half of that. So in my future video, I'm going to try decreasing my hydroponic solution by half, so only using 1 teaspoon per gallon of water. Then from there, that should get rid of the cracking. Then hopefully I'll have radishes that look like they're ready for the supermarket or the farmer's market. And as you guys have seen from my previous videos, that might be one of my dreams in the future, is to sell some radishes, to sell some hydroponic vegetables at the farmer's market. So if you guys want to see me grow this channel and build a big enough grow facility that I can start doing that, please hit that subscribe button and think about becoming a channel member. It will really help support the dream. So then the big day finally came around. It was January 10th. I think that's 21 days later because December 31st. Not quite the best with doing the calendar thing, but I think that's 21 days, maybe 20. Let's say 20 for the video, make it look more catchy. Hopefully you guys will click on this video in the future or share it with your friends and they'll click on it. But yeah, everything was looking really good. I had some huge radishes. I had some net pots that had 3, and it was just awesome. I brought them outside with the sun on them. They looked beautiful. They looked, really good. Even though the cracking was there, all I had to do was basically just pull them out, clean off the cocoa core and perlite as usual. And then I had some beautiful radishes. And when I finally got to taste them, they tasted pretty smooth, which I was kind of impressed with. Radishes usually have that kind of bitey taste sometimes, and they go really good on salads, and that's how I usually eat them. But I ate a few of them raw just to kind of get the taste and the flavor profile of these radishes, and they were pretty dang good. If you guys have any recommendations on what you guys like to do if you have too many radishes, please leave those in the comments below. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a lot of radishes experiments in the future so that I can iterate on my hydroponic system. So I'm gonna have a lot of leftover radishes, and I can't just keep eating raw radishes all day. So yeah, leave that in the comments below. And that's how you grow hydroponic radishes. I hope you guys found this video useful. And if you did, hit that subscribe button. And as always, happy growing.